What's going on, everyone? Welcome to my YouTube channel. There are a lot of ways you could spend a Friday night. You could be at the bar, at the club, or even sitting through a stick and ball game, but none of those really excite me. Instead, I spend my Friday nights at the Brewerton Speedway watching the action-packed weekly dirt racing, and have for most of my life. Now, I'm taking you along for the ride. This is a fan perspective weekly series covering the racing action, featuring heat races, feature action, wrecks, battles, point storylines, and everything in between all season long. This is the Brewerton Breakdown.
Oh, that's not gonna be good! Oh my god!
Red flag.
Hello, and welcome back to episode 8 of the Brewerton Breakdown. After a week away from the track, we're back at Brewerton Speedway for week 10 of the 2026 season. With the second half of the season underway, championship battles are only getting tighter, and every point is becoming more valuable than ever. We have a full night of racing ahead of us. All of Brewerton's weekly divisions are in action, and the Novice Sportsman return for just their second appearance of the season. Mod Lights also take center stage tonight with the Crutch Memorial 33. The Mod Lights also kick off tonight's racing program. Their heat races have been extended from the usual 6 laps to 8, setting the stage for tonight's 33-lap main event. Let's head to the heat races.
Cena. 6 laps and late top 3 will head to tonight's redraw. Being halted is 8 laps, as it's a special event tonight. Top 3 to the redraw. track caution. into turns 1 and 2.
He's caught the tire and
Safety crew on the scene.
what's that?
Jason Butterfield
Oh yeah.
goes around after hitting a U-tire there in turn number 1.
It's like he
As
hit
soon
the
as I
tire
have an
and
update
floored
on
it,
the driver,
which
I will
helped
provide
it.
it. Being told he is okay. He is okay. Happy to hear Jason's okay.
Caught it on
That's his
video?
first ever race in a Mod Light. Hit an implement tire and
Oh,
goes for the tin shedding tumble tough break. But good news is he is okay. So the safety crew rolls him back over safely. And they'll survey the damage.
I rushed here like crazy. Could have taken my time. It took me like a half an hour to get over the bridge. I already committed and I was like, oh, I should have went all the way to Central Square and around. I came from 81.
And Jason's comping out.
Yeah, that's the best way. Yeah. It's a long way.
Good to see Jason's okay.
More. The tower's like, come on.
Mark Wild Animals, Car 11, Steve, Jeff Taylor. comprises 31B of Flynn Wallace, Kingston and Sprague in the 29, and the 0 out of Pennaville. That is Mitch. I want to thank all of you joining us tonight for Junior's Auto Collision Service. Go 6 laps for this 16 number long. Eric Brown, Jack Giles, Jack Caskey, Chris Bonofsky, and Rick Hall, Rolling Drive. Strand of the 15 out of 4 Byron Scott, each out of 4. 21 Aaron.
The heat races are complete, and now the focus shifts to feature racing. Back in the pits, the race cars sit quietly at their trailers as crews make their final preparations before the night's biggest races. The starting lineups have been set, the strategy is in place, and with the second half of the season now underway, every position on the racetrack carries a little more importance. Our first feature of the night is the Crutch Memorial 33 for the Mod Lights. Let's take a look at the championship standings heading into tonight's race. Heading into tonight, the number 06 of Mike Mullen leads the championship standings by 11 points over the number 55 of Joe Garofalo. Just 1 point behind Garofalo is the number 9 of Roger Olszewski, sitting 12 points back. While the number 7X of Tom Mackey remains within striking distance, 16 points off of the lead. Rounding out the top 5 is the number 80X of Anthony Scott, 29 points behind the championship leader. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup. Front row will be made up of Zach Babcock and Levi Courier. Looking at our championship contenders, Roger Olszewski will roll off 4th, with Mike Mullen starting 5th. Joe Garofalo starts alongside him in 6th, while Tom Mackey will start 12th. Anthony Scott starts 17th. Let's get our feature action underway.
Heat race, but here we go. Brian Crutch. here at Babcock, and Benson will continue to do battle. Here is another great turn.
that comes down low for a little bit the same tire. I knew I had the outside of my back pocket ready. All the guys are sitting here help finish the way. Tyler, Jason, unfortunately flipped earlier. These guys help on the car. All the guys back at the shop. Tyler's here tonight. He doesn't really get here all the time. My finals here, and we all do Crutch pretty good. So it's a pretty meaningful race for us.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on making victory number 2. Can't wait to see you guys with tough times this year. But in the meantime, we're going to all right, so can't wait to see you victory once again. I want to see the button back up to you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
With the win tonight, Joe Garofalo closes the gap in the championship standings. Mike Mullen remains in control of the points lead, but the advantage has been cut down to 9 points. Roger Olszewski sits third, 16 points behind the championship leader, while Tom Mackey is fourth, 23 points back. Anthony Scott rounds out the top 5, 31 points behind Mullen. The Mod Light Championship battle continues to tighten as we move deeper into the second half of the season. Up next are the Modifieds. Heading into tonight, the championship battle remains one of the closest at Brewerton Speedway, with every race continuing to shake up the standings. Let's take a look at the points heading into tonight's modified feature. Heading into tonight, the modified championship battle remains extremely close. The number 12 of Darren Smith leads the standings with 436 points. Ronnie Davis III in the 32R sits second, just 14 points behind. While Chris Heil in the 5H is only 18 points back of the championship lead. Behind the top 3, Larry White, Tim Sears Jr., Amy Buff, and Chris Mackey round out the current top 7 and remain within striking distance in the championship battle. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup. Front row will be made up of the number 160 of Max Hill and the 5D of Kyle Diebendorf. Looking at our championship contenders, Larry White will start the highest among the top 5 in points, rolling off third. Tim Sears Jr. starts 7th, while Chris Heil will start 8th. The top 2 in the championship standings will have some work to do tonight, with Darren Smith starting 13th and Ronnie Davis III starting 14th. Let's go racing in the modified feature.
Alright, we've reached the part of my program where it's time to let it rip and rip.
And hitting the Hoosier Racing hat and Hoosier Racing neckband. On as she's getting ready to climb out of the race car. When she does, ladies and gentlemen, let her hear it. She can hear you now. Get up your feature Amy Buff, welcome back to Brewerton Speedway Victory Lane, your third career win in the modified division here, and this one was probably the hardest yet. Talk us through those last couple laps at Chris Isle.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my first win here in big block. We've got some in the small block, but Chris is an amazing driver. I love racing with him. He always races me clean. So it was an awesome race.
Awesome race. You're known for catfish in the bottom and came in late. And you and Heil were battling back and forth. Was there ever a moment, did you ever once think, maybe I got to slide him, maybe the top's there, or were you just patting on the bottom?
No, I was just patient on the bottom. I was watching him early on when I was a few cars back, and he was really kind of mainly running the top or the slider, so I figured if I could keep my composure on the bottom, then we might have a chance.
You're our 8th different winner in 10 races in this division. How hard is it to get it done here on a weekly basis? And what a sigh of relief it is for you to get it done here in 2026.
Yeah, we have a handful of drivers here that are awesome drivers, week in and week out, and that testifies, 8 different winners in 10 weeks here. But yeah, it was, the car was awesome. I want to thank my dad for all of his hard work. It's been crazy. He had surgery, 5 weeks ago. My mom, all my sponsors, Al Hankey, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of them. My nephew's been coming over in the garage and helping me, and we have some family here tonight too, so it makes it even special, or it's not a word, but like I said, can't thank Al Hankey enough, my sponsors, Mohawk Northeast, State Race Products, Brandon, it wouldn't be possible without all of them.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Third win, first to the big block.
With the win tonight, Amy Buff moves up 5th in championship standings. The biggest story comes at the top of the leaderboard. Chris Heil now holds the championship lead with 474 points, just 2 points ahead of Ronnie Davis III. Darren Smith moves back 2 positions to 3rd, only 8 points behind the leader. Larry White remains 4th in the standings, 35 points back, while Amy Buff moves into the top 5 with Tim Sears Jr. rounding out the top 6. The Modified Championship battle continues to tighten as we move deeper into the second half of the season. Up next are the Sportsmen. The championship battle continues to tighten as we move to the second half of the season, with every race becoming more important. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup.
number 3. It's safe to say this is the best season he's had in his young career. He can hear you. Give it up for Joe Trickle! My son loves that show. I couldn't help it. 3 wins on the year for you here, Joe. What has been the difference here in 2026? You're just racking them up here.
I mean, luck's on our side. I don't know. That's all I can say. I mean,
There's some luck involved, but there's also some skill there.
yeah, we've been doing this for a little while, and it's starting to pay off for us now. And I mean, it's just a dream come true for us, you know, in our program.
What, take me through that battle with Cody Manini. He was up there running the top, and you were just nice and smooth there on the bottom. Do you get worried on any of those restarts, or was it just like, I know my game plan, I'm going to stick to it?
What's funny is under caution, he pulls up alongside me and waves hi, and I'm like, hey. And no, I mean, I knew it was going to be good on the bottom. That one youth player down in the one got kicked out, so it changed really fast. But I mean, we got to adapt, and that's what we did.
You adapt, you overcame, you picked up your 3rd win of the year here. Who do you want to thank?
First and foremost, my dad, my amazing girlfriend, the whole Cumber family for coming out. Eric Johnson's here with Iron Horse Gutter Works. He's one of our new sponsors, really good guy. JPW Structural, 3M, Waters Warehouse, Randy Papalori, Route 69 Auto, Dan Tibnan, Bless Salon, Jackal's Rough House, and yeah, that's it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Win number 3 on the year for Joe Trickolo. He'll be a
With the win tonight, Joe Trickolo moves into the top 5 of the championship standings. Hunter Hollenbeck continues to lead the Sportsman Championship with 447 points. Tony finishes second, sits in second with 429 points, 18 points behind the championship leader. The battle for 3rd remains extremely close. Cody Manita and Ted Clayton Jr. tied at 412 points, just 35 points back. Joe Trickolo rounds out the top 5 with 405 points. Sportsman Championship battle remains wide open as we continue through the second half of the season.
Eric Rowley, Chelsea Edmonds, Eric Edmonds,
4 cylinders.
Seems like a special tonight.
It's been a long night. All right, bud. That was great. That was great race.
It was good until I bumped him. I didn't mean to bump him, honestly. I was on the brake motorcycle. I don't drive like that, so I hope he knows it wasn't on purpose.
Maybe it was on purpose. Maybe someone knows.
It's not. All these guys know me. I don't drive like that.
Well, you look really good out there. Who else? Who do you want to thank for getting here?
First and foremost, my kids. He owns the car, I drive it. Baby and Dar Simpson, they help me out. Chris, Nate, all the guys in the shop, Nick, all those guys. But it wasn't for them, I wouldn't.
Well, this was a really good win for you. Now, you know what? I'm going to let you get pictures because you have quite a bit of fan over here. That's really exciting.
It's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him one more big round of applause. Mr. Jack Bass.
Up the road forward. Here we go. 8 starters, 15 laps. Novice Sportsman.
Dustin, that's win number 2 here, bud. You starting to like this track a little bit?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Hopefully one of these years, or maybe next year, we'll see you at Radio Sports with that.
Yeah, hopefully. That's the plan.
All right, so who do you want to thank for getting here tonight?
I'd like to thank my dad, my mom, my uncle, Roger, Dan, and all my sponsors, Song, Fansite, Dusties, Chubbies, Canucks, Michael Grayson. We can't do it without Louie. He's the one who rides the garage, so I'd like to thank all of them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him one more big round of applause. Mr. Justin, Mr. Fuller, Mr. Adams. Ladies
That wraps up another Friday night at Brewerton Speedway. As the season continues to move along, the championship battles across Brewerton Speedway are only getting tighter, with every position and every point becoming more important. The race for a championship is starting to heat up. Tonight we saw the Mod Lights battling the Crutch Memorial 33, the Modified Championship standings tighten up, and another full night of racing put into the books. The dust has settled, the winners have been decided, and the haulers are heading home. Another Friday night at Brewerton Speedway is in the books. The beast sleeps again, waiting to be awoken for another Friday night of racing. Until next time, TM signing off.